What's up, guys? We are so close to Nintendo's E3 Direct. We are actually, by the time of me making this video, we are less than 12 hours away. By the time you're seeing it, probably even closer. So let's get some predictions out of the way. Let's get some last minute predictions out there. I haven't uploaded a video in a little bit, I know, but I went on vacation. I actually went out of the country to Italy, and it was awesome, but it was a long trip. I got home and I got really sick, and for like a full week, I swear I had a really bad throat virus, and I just really couldn't speak that well. But anyway, I'm back now. Let's make some predictions. So first off, I think Mario Maker 2 is definitely going to be getting some type of new trailer. I don't think anything like they're not going to have a huge information blowout. That's why we had the Super Mario Maker 2 Direct last month. But I do think that we're going to see a new game style. So obviously, a lot of people have been predicting this and assuming that we're going to get a new game style because in the Super Mario Maker 2 Direct, I'm pretty sure like everyone knows what I'm talking about. But there was the part where they showed the UI for changing between game styles, and it deliberately says extra game styles underneath the original four. So the original four obviously being Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and New Super Mario Bros. U. But then underneath that, it says extra game styles, and one of them was Super Mario 3D World. That leads me and obviously most of the internet to assume that we're probably going to be getting one more game style. Will it be something, I guess, smaller in scale, like something like a Game Boy Mario, like Super Mario Land style, or will we see something kind of big and ambitious, like maybe a Super Mario Galaxy or Super Mario Odyssey style? Imagine a Super Mario Sunshine style. That'd be pretty cool. If I were to take a random guess, I'd guess Galaxy because I feel like it would just, one, I would love to see a Galaxy style in HD. And I feel like there are a lot of unique gravity mechanics that they're already implementing with the night mode in, what is it? One of the other Super Mario art style. Actually, I think you can do it in any of the original four. But there is a gravity mechanic that you can use. And it would make sense to me that the Galaxy style, like that came from development of the Galaxy style. Now, an Odyssey style is definitely still on the cards. Odyssey is obviously the more marketable style to choose because it's the newest game on the Switch, and yeah, they want to be able to have the Nintendo Switch library pricing more cohesive. So part of me thinks Odyssey makes more sense, but at the same time, I just have this gut feeling that they're going to choose. It's going to end up being a Mario Galaxy style. I mean, I could be completely wrong. We might not even get another game style, and they just kind of trolled us. But I don't know. My prediction is we're going to get a Galaxy style. We're going to get some new style, and I'm guessing it's going to be Galaxy. Like I said, just complete gut feeling. So that's my take on Super Mario Maker 2. Next up, I think Fire Emblem Three Houses will just be touched on briefly, just like Mario Maker 2. I don't think Mario Maker 2 is going to be talked about for any more than just a few minutes. Same with Three Houses. It's just like we already know a lot about the game. We've seen a decent amount of it in previous directs, and the game's coming out pretty soon. I don't think it's going to be a game on the show floor, but I am almost completely positive we'll see it in the Nintendo Treehouse live stream. So I feel like just a little extra story gameplay trailer in the Nintendo Direct, and then a ton of gameplay probably in the Nintendo Treehouse live stream. We're probably just gonna get a ton of live stream footage for a lot of games coming out this year. So next up, another short trailer for Astral Chain. I mean, once again, not really much to talk about here, just a little bit more information and gameplay on the game. Maybe we'll see more gameplay at Treehouse Live, and they'll go more in depth on the mechanics in there, but just, once again, in the Direct, not too long, maybe like a 2 to 4 minute trailer at the most. Luigi's Mansion 3, so obviously, like, this game is definitely not getting delayed. They've been doing a really good job marketing this game, because they updated the logo, and on the Nintendo E3 lanyard, they actually have Luigi's Mansion 3, like the logo with like Luigi and the ghost on it. And the trailer that we saw last year was awesome. So I think it's looking really good. I think they're going to make it completely open world. Well, not completely, but like open world in the sense of the first Luigi's Mansion, where you don't get pulled out at the end of a mission, because like that game, the entire game was a giant mission, whereas Dark Moon felt like it was just bite-sized missions, and you kept getting taken out of the mansion once you completed like one thing. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna make it, I guess, like, well, quote unquote open world, but basically structured like the original, so that you're not going on a mission by mission structure. And I don't think they're going to bring Portrakos back. I really want to keep my fingers crossed and say they will, but I think that they're just gone, which I'm fine with. I mean, I would want them, but at the end of the day, I mean, if we're getting a Luigi's Mansion 3 that is going to be played like the original, but with the art style and goofiness of Dark Moon, I'm sold. That sounds awesome to me. So I think it'll come out this October. I think most people think it'll come out in October because October's the spooky month. So basically September, October territory. I really feel like it's going to be a September, October game. And Link's Awakening, I believe, will be the other October/September game. It's just that, once again, as long as both games are done in time, it's like I would imagine they'd release Luigi's Mansion 3 closer to Halloween just because spookiness. But Link's Awakening, I think, will probably hit this September. I think it'll add co-op and maybe a few extra dungeons. Nothing crazy. It still will be like a pretty traditional 1-to-1 remake or remaster or whatever you want to call it. But to make use of the Switch's capabilities, like, come on, like, it would be so easy just to toss someone a Joy-Con. I mean, there's probably gonna be a co-op mode in Luigi's Mansion 3. That would, or at least some type of multiplayer mode. So Link's Awakening, I feel like that'd be so easy because it's a Game Boy game. It's like you're just going around an overworld, and I mean, obviously you have to restrict the people, like the two Links or whatever they end up being, like Link and Zelda or two Links or Link and someone else. You'll probably have to restrict it and make it so that they have to be obviously close to each other and everything, but I just feel like it's a shoo-in. Like, it just seems so obvious to me that I'd be really surprised if they don't have co-op in Link's Awakening. And like I said, I think they'll add like an extra dungeon or two. Nothing crazy. I want them to have like this plot twist in the middle of the story where the game just ends up taking this turn and ends up being way different from the original, and it's like longer, ton of extra dungeons. I'm not anticipating that though. Like, that's just kind of like my realistic want. But I think it's going to be a pretty safe remake just with co-op and maybe an extra dungeon or two. That's probably what it'll end up being. So, but yeah, September. I believe that'll hit September. As for Pokemon Sword and Shield, I think that they'll be talked about briefly during the Nintendo Direct. I don't think they're going to be showing off a lot. Like, it'll be something brief, just kind of a little reminder that they exist. Maybe they'll show off the starter evolutions or something. But I feel like it'll be pretty brief. And most of Pokemon Sword and Shield content will be during the Treehouse Live and also during the show floor. The big one, Animal Crossing. So there's this lingering thought. There's this voice in the back of my head that keeps saying, expect the worst. Animal Crossing hasn't been talked about at all. It's gonna get delayed. It's not even on the Nintendo E3 like show floor lanyard. The back of my head is just like, it's gonna get delayed. But you know what? The optimist in me is overtaking that, and I think Animal Crossing will launch this December. I want it to come out earlier. Like, I want it to come out in September, October, because that way you're able to play through Halloween and Thanksgiving. But part of me thinks that there's a reason why we haven't seen this game in action at all. I think it's because the game was like one of the later developed, like out of all the games that we know about, this is like the one that is the least furthest in development, at least from when it was revealed or whatever. So, I mean, obviously, I think it's kind of probably close to development now because I don't think it's going to get delayed. But I really feel like this is a game that's going to hit in December. Like, Nintendo doesn't always need a game in December. The past 2 years, they've had one. Smash Bros. Was last December, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was the previous December. So, I mean, like, they don't need a game in December. But I'm just considering how overloaded the schedule is for the second half of the year, and considering that we haven't seen anything on Animal Crossing, part of me thinks it'll end up being a December game. I'd love to be wrong. I hope I end up eating these words and it ends up coming out in like September, October, or even November. But probably December. That's what I'm feeling. But yeah, I don't think it's going to get delayed. And I think there'll be a free control camera. I mean, I could go on a tangent about talking about what I want to see in Animal Crossing. We've done that before in a couple other videos, so I'm not going to go crazy right here. But the one thing I'm banking on, I think, is a free control camera and just like a bigger village with more town customization, whether there be more public work projects or the ability to like build. I don't even know. Like, I mean, don't literally build. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it ends up being. I'm going to leave my predictions for Animal Crossing there because I don't want to sit here and talk for like an hour. We're going to know soon. We're going to know very soon. I mean, unless Nintendo just doesn't talk about Animal Crossing, but they will. I'm not even putting that in the back of my mind. We'll see Animal Crossing. It's just a matter of whether it's delayed or not. But I think it's still going to be on track. It's just going to be the December game. So, those are all the games that we know about. There's also Daemon X Machina, but to be completely honest, I really don't care for that game. I played the demo and didn't like it, so I'm not even gonna throw a prediction. Like we'll probably get a brief trailer and a release date, but like whatever. Now is the fun part, because these are all like the things that we know nothing about, and I'm just gonna completely just randomly guess things. So first off, Super Mario Party 2. I think that'll be announced and it'll hit either this October or November. If I had to randomly choose one right now, I guess October. But Super Mario Party came out last October, and I really liked it. I thought it was a really good game, and I still to this day play it with my friends every now and then. The issue that a lot of people had was obviously it only had 4 boards. You can only do up to 20 turns, and the boards were smaller in size and didn't have as much, I guess, interactivity compared to other Mario Party boards in previous games. The core gameplay was still really good, and there were a lot of neat new additions, so I think those were the main arguments, and I think they're going to take those into account for Super Mario Party 2. I feel like there'll be like 5 to 6 boards, they'll be bigger in size, and just have a little bit more things going on in them, and I think it'll just be kind of just like a very standard upgrade. Like there is the potential that we could get DLC for the original Super Mario Party instead of a Super Mario Party 2. But once again, gut feeling, I think we're just going to get Super Mario Party 2, and it'll come out later this year. ND Cube and Hudson Soft, which was, I guess, quote-unquote, the original ND Cube. Basically, when Hudson Soft shut down, a lot of the employees moved to ND Cube or were pushed over. And both companies were able to release a new Mario Party nearly every year for, like, a long time. I mean, back when Mario Party 1 through 8 came out, they were coming out nearly every year, like just about. There was maybe like a 1 or 2 break years, an exception every now and then, but for the most part, like I said, annual things. And the same thing with the newer Mario Parties. I mean, Mario Party Island Tour, then like a year and a half after that, Mario Party 10 came out. Then also that same year, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival came out, I believe. And then the next year, we got Star Rush. The year after that, the Top 100. The year after that, which was last year, Super Mario Party. So if they keep going on this road, then we'll probably see a Super Mario Party 2 this holiday season, or maybe some point like within the first half of next year. But I really feel like a Super Mario Party 2 is inevitable. It's going to happen either this holiday season, or if it ends up being too overloaded of a year, then maybe it'll get pushed to like next spring or something. But yeah, I feel like that's a pretty safe bet to just, we'll probably see that. And if we don't, I still feel like it's going to come. It just might be revealed in a later direct and come out next year instead. But I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of a safe bet. This one isn't a safe bet. I think Pikmin 4 will be revealed. Actually, I don't know if I really think it'll be revealed. It's more of just I'm predicting it because I don't want these predictions. I don't want to be too realistic on predictions because then that's no fun. I want to have some fun predictions, even if I'm kind of like, I don't know if this is going to happen. I'm really not 100% sure this is going to happen. I mean, obviously no one is, but point I'm trying to make is that I'm very skeptical on this rumor or on this prediction, but I just want to have fun and say it. Pikmin 4, it's going to be revealed. It'll come out next year. I don't even know if they'll show it. Like, I think they might just show like a title screen for it, maybe like give a teaser trailer. But I think Pikmin 3 is going to come out this year. It'll be a mid to late summer game, so it'll be a game that's coming out relatively soon, probably in July or August. And yeah, because Astral Chain's coming out in August, but that's not a Nintendo game. Well, it kind of is. It's being published by Nintendo, but it's being developed by Platinum Games. So I feel like sticking a Pikmin 3 port at some point in the summer could make sense. Or we could see it next year, and Pikmin 4 is even further away than I'm worried that it might be. Because it already stinks that it's not going to be coming out till next year, but I'm just saying that right now. We don't even know. It probably actually isn't coming out. I don't even know. Let's just get off this Pikmin rant before I have a breakdown. Star Fox Grand Prix. Yeah, once again, another thing I'm not like completely sold on, but let's have fun. I think it still exists and it'll come out next year. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Actually, I do have one other thing to say, because Retro, what is it? When Reggie retired, they sent a picture, or they posted a picture, I think it was a painted picture, and it had a whole bunch of the IPs that Retro worked on, basically waving and saying, like, thanks, Reggie, or something. And there was this little, like, robot blocked out. And I really feel like that has something to do with Star Fox. Like, it's going to be one of those things with maybe, like, a character with a robot hand, or maybe, like, he'll be like one of like the main characters in like the overworld or lobby or something like that. But for some reason, I'm feeling this game still existing. Honestly, if that picture with the robot hand wasn't like, if that didn't exist and that wasn't like Retro didn't post that online, then I'd feel like, okay, maybe the game didn't exist. Because I don't know, it just seems so weird. It seems really weird that there were so many rumors about the game last year and it just never became a thing. It's possible that it never existed. It's possible that the people that were reporting on that game existing were just getting like a bit of misinformation and ended up being that Star Fox DLC for, what was it? Atlas Starlink, Battle for Atlas. That's what it's called. So it's possible that all that's true, but I don't know. Like I said, let's have fun. I'm predicting it. And one other prediction that I actually didn't originally have, and at the last second I put it on here, is a 2D Metroid game revealed for early next year. 2D Metroid. So that one team, I don't remember the name of the team, but they developed Samus Returns for the 3DS. And that came out back in 2017, like mid to late 2017. So I think that Nintendo would have them work on another game, especially since it was really well received. It may not have sold super well, but that's because it came out at the end of the 3DS's lifespan. I know Metroid games historically aren't Nintendo's strongest sellers, but they also don't sell poorly either. At least, well, lately they kind of have, because they haven't been giving us what they want, what we, the fans, want. And they also released both the Metroid games that released on the 3DS very late in the system's lifespan. But I think in general, like the Metroid Prime trilogy, like 1, 2, and 3, both those games, like all three of those games sold relatively respectfully. Like, they all sold pretty well, actually. Once again, nothing crazy like Mario and Zelda numbers, but very good, like still really good, to the point where I feel like that it's a smaller team too, that 2D team. I feel like Nintendo told them, hey, make another 2D Metroid and we'll release it for the Switch in maybe 2 years' time. And maybe like 2.5 years' time. And I feel like that time is going to be now. It'll be revealed at E3. It'll come out early next year. Boom. Metroid Prime Trilogy, I think, is also in development, but I just feel like as much as I want that game to exist and as much as I want it to come out, I feel like Metroid Prime 4 is so far away. Like, that game isn't going to come out till probably like 2021 at this point, that they're going to save that game for late 2020, if not further. I feel like they just have a lot of room, like a lot of time to play around with before Metroid Prime 4 releases, that they're just gonna kind of leave it for a time when there isn't as much to release for the Switch and we're close to Metroid Prime 4. And actually, one more big thing. Bayonetta 3. I feel like the game will be I'm very 50-50 on this one. But once again, for the sake of having some fun rumors or some fun predictions, I think it'll be shown off, like, briefly, not a lot, but they'll say it's coming out 2020, probably be a game for late 2020, but, you know, just show off, like, a little bit of the game, maybe a small amount, maybe, once again, just another teaser, but something to say, hey, we acknowledge the fact that there are fans waiting for it, here's a little glimpse. And the next one, Super Smash Bros. We know that the next character is going to be revealed in the Direct. I'm feeling Banjo. There are a lot of rumors about Banjo being in Smash. There are a lot. And what is it? There's this one company that makes these figures. Papagino actually did a video on it. And they're making a Banjo-Kazooie figure that holds a controller, and almost every time that they make figures like that, they coincide with some type of game release. So they did it before with other characters and IPs. Why would they randomly just make a Banjo one right around E3? There's something happening. I don't think there's gonna be like a big Banjo game on the Switch, but I can see Banjo and Smash being a huge deal, and not only that, but also potentially like Rare Replay, or at the very least, if not all of Rare Replay, coming over to the Switch. But I could see like the virtual versions, like the Xbox Live Arcade versions of Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie come over to the Switch. I could see those games coming over on the eShop, or maybe in some physical double pack, maybe Rare Replay in its entirety coming over. But the big thing is Banjo and Smash. I feel like that's going to happen because Microsoft, if you look at their E3 schedule, like they have a roadmap, a schedule going over all the Microsoft, like quote unquote Microsoft based, they're Microsoft based events, and they have Nintendo's Direct in their schedule. Why else would they? They're gonna have something. It's definitely, if it just ends up being like, oh, it's an Xbox Live app, I'll be pretty sad. I really feel like there's gonna be something notable, like either Rare Replay and or Banjo and Smash. I guess there could also be Master Chief in Smash. That would be awesome. There could also be Steve, Minecraft Steve from in Smash Bros, which I'd be fine with, but I'd want Banjo and or Master Chief way over Steve from Minecraft. But regardless, Microsoft's gonna be there in some capacity, I think, or at least one of their IPs or something will. And I'm feeling Banjo and Smash. So the other big third-party reveal, other than potentially Rare Replay or Banjo-Kazooie, is Overwatch. I don't know. Once again, another gut feeling. Nintendo always, or the past two E3s, they had a big multiplayer third-party game. So 2017, they had Rocket League. 2018, they had Fortnite. Overwatch is popular, and I feel like it could run on the Switch. I mean, downscaled definitely, but I feel like it could, so yeah. Overwatch. I think it'll come. Also, I forgot to mention when I was doing my initial recording, The Witcher 3 rumor. So I actually do believe that. I think The Witcher 3 is coming to the Switch. And they're probably also going to talk about Doom Eternal and Wolfenstein 2. Or, not 2. Wolfenstein Youngblood. Yeah, that's what it is. So I think they'll talk about those games, and maybe Overwatch won't be there, and those games will be there instead. And maybe those will be the big third-party games, which actually makes a bit more sense. But, yeah, during my initial recording, I was silly and said Overwatch instead. So, I don't know. Whatever. Who knows what we'll see. And that's basically it. I think more Mario spin-offs could be talked about. The only thing is that I feel like Mario spin-offs, when they're announced, they're usually announced not too long before they release. So, the fact that I already think we're going to see a Super Mario Party 2, and potentially that'll release this holiday season, I think there are more Mario spin-offs in development. Like, I think a Mario Golf is in development by Camelot. I feel like Mario and Luigi is definitely coming out at some point next year. But both those games will probably be games for next year, like I just said. And they'll probably want to reveal those games either some point later this year or some point early next year. So, maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like Mario, there are a lot of Mario spin-offs that have the potential to show up at this E3. But for some reason, I'm just feeling that there'll be things for next year, not just to release, but also reveal later this year or next year. So those are all my predictions. Hopefully they were fun, because, I remember making the predictions, and I got, halfway through the list, and I was like, oh, this is probably all my predictions. But then I was like, let's have fun, and I threw some of those, really out there ones, like Star Fox Grand Prix still being a thing, 2D Metroid, for some reason I'm feeling all of them. Or, kind of, not really, but I just, like I said, want to have fun with my predictions. But anyway, let me know in the comment section what you guys want to see, or what you guys predict we'll see. We are so close to E3 that you might be watching this literally an hour before the E3 press conference. So, let me know in the comment section, and on the Discord. Remember, there is a Discord for this channel. I'll post it in the description below. It'll also be, obviously, it always is, in my channel description, and on my channel banner, and my actual channel. So definitely check the Discord out, and we will be able to talk, and we'll be able to talk about E3 and get hyped over what Nintendo reveals during the press conference / direct, because it's not actually a press conference, but I keep saying it for some reason. But anyway, that's going to cover it for now, and I'll see you guys on the other side. I'm actually the next time I talk to you guys, it'll be completely different, because we'll hopefully know what Animal Crossing is. We'll know when it's coming out, hopefully. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.